Hi, everybody. This is Leah from Professional Care Match and Linda Pellegrini.
Hi.
And we're here to share with you about our new program of Professional Care Match's complimentary wellness tips. And so Linda will share a little bit about what she's going to be introducing.
So today I'm going to be introducing a little bit about the strain of fluorescent lights or blue lights, whether it be through your phone, through your computer, your laptop, whatever the case is, or even overhead lights in your office or at home or wherever you are. We unfortunately come in contact with that a lot. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. And we're going to be discussing what it can cause and how to be able to manage the stress that you get from those lights and how to counteract that particular problem that we have with blue lights or fluorescent lights.
Yeah, I've heard that it affects your brain, that it can actually cause lack of sleep.
Yes.
It can cause a lot of stress.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think, something you've brought to my attention is it actually brings stress to you.
Right. And that's one of those very common thing that I think a lot of people do know, that obviously it can cause eye stress. It can cause some headaches and things like that. But going further, even more so, things like anxiety. It can cause anxiety. So if you're not anxiety, then you come into contact with that blue light, sooner or later you will get some kind of anxiety from that light. And also, it can cause shortness of breath. It can cause problems breathing.
Your heart rate's probably
Your heart rate,
affected.
because your anxieties, everything kind of gels together in a not a natural good way, and boom, then you have a cocktail for something that's not healthy. It can also cause nausea. It can make you actually really make you feel sick. It can cause feelings of depression. I mean, let's think about this for a second. The way the world is, and we're so busy trying to create a life and to take care of our loved ones and take care of ourselves. Normally people will get a little bit sad because they got a lot on their plate, or maybe not, whatever the case is. These lights can cause depression. So that's something you really need to think about when you're actually staring into the screen or looking at your phone. And, that's just one thing that it causes. It can cause a vertigo. I never knew that until I started investigating this, and it started to kind of make sense to me after I've read so many articles with people complaining of, I never had vertigo, and all of a sudden I have vertigo. Where did it come from? I don't understand. Go get a check. You get, all of a sudden you come out of nowhere, vertigo comes, and you don't realize, you don't think about that. But if you're looking at a computer screen, or if overhead lights are fluorescent and you're under them for 6, 2 or 3 hours a day, you possibly could get vertigo and not even know where it's coming from. So that's another issue that's a problem. Obviously, difficulty reading and focusing when you're looking into a light that is so bright. You sometimes can have a problem. Your paper, right? If it's white and your fluorescent light is hitting that paper, the reflection of the light can cause issues to us, right? Those are all those things that we just don't really think about because we're busy and, we're taking care of our business. Right?
Working, yes.
Working or caregiving or whatever it is, that's a big issue. The other things, migraines. It can cause migraines. It can cause headaches. They might all of a sudden start to get some flare-ups of some headaches, and keep track of that if you can. Maybe want to write it down on your calendar and say, today I got a headache out of nowhere. I was sitting at my desk doing some work and I got a headache. The next day, the same thing happens. Maybe want to go ahead and start thinking about changing what you're doing with the lights. Either maybe get some covers for the lights. Some companies will let you do that. They'll even pay for it. You can actually buy them. It's a film that's placed right on the overhead fluorescent light. If you can't do that, maybe you might think about switching your desk to a different area, or the other alternative is maybe actually get glasses that can help with that fluorescent light strain to the eyes so that you don't get migraines, don't get headaches. They offer them. They're inexpensive. My understanding, I've seen some good reviews on them. So something that we'll definitely put out there as well for people to see and, see what you can do. If you can't change your environment, sometimes we just have to go ahead and get some special glasses that will actually work for that. I also know that it disturbs sleep. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I will do that. I will look at my phone just before I'm ready to go to sleep. And that's actually a bad thing to do. That's really not good for us to do. Yes,
I know.
It can cause problems with our sleep because the blue light does tend to keep you alert and awake for a reason. It's just one of those things. It's the same concept of when they put like oxygen into casinos to keep us awake so that we can go ahead and spend more money. Right. So same situation with blue lights or fluorescent lights, either to your phone, to your laptop, to your computer, whatever the case is. That's a big thing. So those are all the major things of what it can actually do. The blurred vision, inflammation. Obviously, if you start to have eye strain, is causing inflammation. There is something that light is doing that's hurting your eyes. So really want to, keep that in check when you're, looking at your screen, whether you're, like I said, tablets, cell phones, anything like that.
I actually worked in an office for a while and my vitamin D levels dropped. So, I can understand why being in a certain environment for the length of period of the daytime when we're working, or even nighttime, if you're in hospitals or nursing homes and that sort of thing, you're working around the clock, all different hours, and you're in artificial lighting. So how do you counteract the effects of that kind of environment? And I think you're offering some really good tips.
So this is the thing with, and this is an ongoing problem for a lot of people. It's very common for people to get lack of vitamin D, right? Vitamin D is, all you really need is 15 minutes a day.
Right.
That doesn't mean you need to baste in the sun and put some sunscreen on you and go out there and, no, wear your hat. Right? Wear your hat, wear your sunscreen, wear your hat. If you need to wear a little something, let's do it. Just get out there for 15 minutes. Just sit out there in the sun for 15 minutes. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be at the beach. You can be right in your backyard, right? You can be right on your front porch and just get a couple of minutes of vitamin D. Very
natural lighting, right?
Natural lighting is so important. And this is why my tip for natural lighting when it comes to the whole fluorescent, if you cannot move your desk or if you cannot move the area where you are, you're getting that fluorescent light, then the alternative is to, of course, get some glasses that really can help counteract that problem. And they are available. They are out there for sure. The vitamin D is something that I make it a point to do that. I am one of those people that I get out there for 15 minutes, even if I'm just sitting there having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea out in my yard, and I'm getting the 15 minutes worth of the vitamin D that we need. It's really important, especially in the winter time.
Yes.
Now, coming into the cold season, and a lot of people don't want to be outside. Okay. Well, you don't have to be outside to get vitamin D. You can still get vitamin D. You have a nice window, sit by a window. Window can be closed if you want to, but sit by a window and see if you can get a little bit of that vitamin D coming in that way.
Right.
For sure.
Right. I love this. This is so interesting. And, the solutions that you're offering, the idea of maybe putting something over the lighting. yeah, and it seems like it'd be pretty inexpensive. They could just go on Amazon.
They can just go on Amazon and you can actually see the different kinds of screens they have to be able to put onto the overhead lights. And also, let's not forget that vitamin D, when you have enough of it in your system, you feel more alert. You feel healthier.
Mhm.
Healthier is the word. You do feel healthier. And when you feel healthier, you're able to get your work done easier, manage people in your life, your loved ones, your friends, just be able to have a better quality of life when you get a little bit of that vitamin D in there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's a very important vitamin for so many bodily functions too. So, it is critical that we look at that and see, okay, well, maybe just taking the vitamin isn't enough. Maybe we're doing things or in certain environmental situations that are affecting it. So,
Right.
It's important to look at that.
To actually get the vitamin from the sun.
The natural way.
The natural way, and just not popping a vitamin, which is completely okay too. That's fine.
Yeah.
But there's something about actually experiencing the warmth on your face and your body that just makes you feel like,
Right. And maybe that would also, there's other elements in there, like you're saying right now, you're feeling those endorphins that bring you greater health.
Exactly.
overall.
It makes you happy overall.
Yes. Mind, body,
healthy.
spirit.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're all connected.
Right.
They're all connected. If one is off,
Yeah.
you're not in balance.
Right.
And you're just not gonna, you're not gonna live the quality of life that you really want to live.
Yeah.
For sure. Yes.
Thank you so
Yes.
much for doing this little session with us today.
Of course.
Linda is, of course, part of our staff here at Professional Care Match, which we do live in and hourly care giving, and we're all over the state of Massachusetts. And we'd be very happy to come out and, do a session for you guys, either a yoga session or wellness training, corporate wellness, that sort of thing, and help you guys out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.